Football fever is real in China. 40,000 tickets to the last men's FIFA World Cup went to Chinese fans. Chinese companies fronted a third of total sponsorship dollars, and the Chinese men's national team did not even qualify.
Every industry in China has been to Russia for the World Cups, except the Chinese national team.
Contrary to stereotypes, I would say football or soccer is actually the #1 sport in China, not table tennis.
In fact, the country has a long history of football fandom.
Just like me, Chairman Mao was a goalkeeper and was definitely football crazy.
And the current president, Xi Jinping, has said he wants China to be a football world power by 2050.
The idea to boost China's global image.
Xi has spoken about long-term goals of qualifying, hosting and even one day winning the World Cup.
If Chinese government could improve it, develop it into a major superpower in the world, it could definitely boost the confidence of Chinese people.
The government even published a 50-point roadmap in 2014 to help execute this goal.
They asked the local education bureau to invest more resources into, for example, building infrastructure for kids who play football.
With the launch of the football stardom strategy, the buzz around China's local men's league grew. Private companies were excited to invest money, lots of money. In 2016 to 2017, the Men's Chinese Super League became the world's biggest football spender. $500 million was spent attracting foreign football talent.
It was crazy. Every club spent millions or even tens of millions purchasing big-name stars.
One of the biggest contracts was for Brazilian star Oscar for $89.1 million. And Australians were recruited during this boom era.
The investment was huge. You got players, like Oscar and Hulk, Tevez, the guys that were playing in top leagues across the world. So I played at Liaoning, and it's based in Shenyang, which is a northern Chinese city. It was more of a weaker team, so they relied heavily on their foreigners. We had 5 foreigners in each team, and I was lucky enough to play with 2 Australians at the club.
For a few years, the hype around the Chinese Super League sustained, but the math wasn't adding up. In 2019, clubs were losing money.
The Chinese Football Association fears the rate of spending so far is unsustainable and would lead to financial ruin.
But it was too late. The league was hit by 2 major blows: COVID-19 and the housing market crash.
Many clubs were owned by property companies in turmoil.
Chinese football now, it is in a crisis.
Top team Jiangsu Suning won the 2020 championship, only to dissolve 3 months later. And Guangzhou's major owners Evergrande are more than $400 billion in debt.
A lot of clubs dissolved. And the second impact is a lot of players, they didn't get paid because their owners don't have enough income to pay their players.
As a fan, myself were very disappointed because we've been supporting these clubs for years and years.
Now my club Liaoning doesn't exist, so it's quite unusual because they had such a bright history. And it's hard, when you played for a club that doesn't exist anymore.
Despite these struggles, there were still hopes the national team would qualify for this year's Men's World Cup in Qatar.
Shot from distance, what a goal!
China lost to Vietnam 3-1. That's the first loss to Vietnam in the history of very first loss.
So, the team did not qualify. The men's side is currently 77th in the FIFA men's football rankings.
I would say Chinese football in China is almost equivalent to failure to Chinese people, although it's quite popular and it catches a lot of attention. If you want to build a superpower in men's football team, you need a whole system. You need a football culture.
We have to sort of start planning for the young kids rather than spending millions money just on hiring overseas players.
The CCP still wants to dominate the world game and is investing in future players. They say 27,000 schools feature football education and 27 million kids are playing football at least once a week.
As long as they treat this as a long-term project, keep investing on the right way, I'm sure that we'll get a great result. As we always say, you only need to select 11 players out of 1.4 billion population. There's always a chance.
So, maybe not all hope is lost.